Well, happy Wednesday. Welcome to our resistance band class today. This is our kickoff class. We are going to be going forward with Wednesday's bean band class, not music band, but resistance band. It is ideal if you have a different variety of bands available at home. I've got different resistances here accessible just at my fingertips, and I also have an infinity band. If you plan to continue doing this class regularly, I would encourage you to get yourself a set. Now, today's structure is going to be approximately 40 odd minutes or so of our circuit. We're going to finish up with a nice little bit of stretching at the end. So we're going to get started with our warm-up. Body weight and resistance band training is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be combining a little bit of the two. Primarily today, though, we are going to be doing a lot of the band in our circuit, but of course, for our warm-up, we're going to use our body weight. Let's get started right away. We're going to start with some marches. Now, as you go through your warm-up today, I want you to think of your warm-up as an opportunity to build some heat in the body, but not to change the breath to the point where you're feeling out of breath. So I want you to really focus on keeping your breath nice and steady, and that you're not laboring through the breath too much here, especially in your warm-up. It's just about heat building, getting our mind body ready for the workout. Nice job. Good. As with any workout, make sure you honor your body. If you need to make any modifications that better suit your body, please do. If you're not sure of a modification, you can always ask me in the little chat box. I've yet to have anybody use it yet. I think our workout, it's like, I don't want to type, but maybe you can ask me after class. All right, nice job. Let's go ahead and draw the knees up a little higher. We're going to stay here for 20 more seconds. Nice and light. Gets the arms nice and moving. We're going to be doing some lateral work shortly. In 10. We're going to land our feet. We're going to do some step outs to the side, right leg only. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Land those feet, bending from the hips, step it out. Now just try to keep the body nice and tall, shoulders gently pulled back, left knee nice and bent, reaching nice and long with that right leg. Now, if it feels like you're kind of teetering like this, make the step shorter. I want you to plant and root into that left foot. And I want you to try to keep your upper body as nice and stable as possible. 10 more seconds here. We're going to take that left leg out. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Land that right foot. Knees stay bent. Step it out. Nice and steady pace here. So I want you to think of our workout here as a nice simmering pot of water on the stove. We're going to keep our body warm and nice and just warm, not hot, just warm enough that you keep that heat kind of still brewing within the body here. Good. 10 more seconds here. We're going to take it side to side, both sides, alternating between the right and the left side. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Land that foot in the middle, step it out, alternate sides. If I'm going too slow and you want to go a little faster, please do. If you want to go a little slower, please do. Nice job. I got my hands on my hips, but it just feels natural to have them there. You can have them anywhere you want. Nice job. 30 more seconds here. We're going to take it into a reach and a little rotation of the hips. So when we're going to take it into a reach, if you want to take this with you for your warm-up, if you're not comfortable doing the up and down, don't. Continue with this. Maybe pick up your tempo just a little. When we're going to reach, we're going to really rotate that hip down as we reach with that same side arm. 3, 2, 1, out and reach. Nice and steady. Bend into the knee. Little rotation, you'll notice, of the pelvis. Arm is nice and long. So hopefully you've got space around you where you feel safe enough to be able to extend the leg. If you don't, continue with those step outs to the side. Nice job. Beautiful. Fantastic. Stay here. So you don't want to hold your breath when you're working out. That can happen when things start to change in the breathing. You find yourself not breathing as efficiently as possible. take some time during your workout today just to notice your breath. Are you holding your breath? Are you kind of finding a really staggered rhythm in the breathing? Good job. 10 more seconds. Beautiful. Nice and steady. Beautiful. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. March it out. Nice job. Woo! Good. So that really got my heart rate going. It's getting up there. But I feel like I could talk. Little transition from nose to mouth breathing. Beautiful. All right, let's take it into a sumo squat. Land your feet open wide. Feet externally rotate. We're going to drop and lift as you bend. Knees wide. Squeeze it back up. Let's go. Beautiful. Now, I can't emphasize enough the placement of your knees in relationship to your two big toes. Very important that you track them. You want to always think hip, knee, ankle aligned. So structurally, some of us might have a little bit more external or internal relationship to our hips, depending on the structure of our skeleton, of course. But we want to try just to see if we can try to keep everything as aligned as possible. Sometimes it's just a muscle imbalance, especially people who tend to walk. I sometimes walk duck-footed. That's because I got some tight legs sometimes, and I can feel that. Beautiful. But posture is so important when we're working out. When we're walking, when we do anything. All right, let's get ready. We're going to take this into a little pulse with a lift in 3, 2, 1. Come on up, lower down, pulse, pulse, and lift. Pulse, pulse, and lift. That's it. Press into those feet. Squeeze those glutes. Now, I want you to also think about really listening to your body. Sometimes when we do too much, we're actually doing ourselves a disservice. We're not listening. I need you to listen today, as with any workout. So if something's feeling like you need a break, take a break. If you need to push it a little more, choose what works best for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Walk your feet through center. March it out. Loosen up those joints. Nice job. Extend the arms out. Strong T. Start with your arm circles. I was telling somebody yesterday how I did not listen to myself last week. We rented a boat, went out on Torch Lake with a tube, and I got on the tube. I strained so much to hold on to that tube that I felt my upper body in pain for about 2 days after. I didn't listen. And I paid for it. I'm not doing that again. All right, we're going to switch directions in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Meanwhile, my kids are on this inner tube. They're like, go faster. And I'm like, oh my goodness, when Mai was on the inner tube, I was like, go slower. I just want to coast here. Nice job. 12 seconds to go. Beautiful. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest those arms. Roll the shoulder blades back. Hold them here. Open up the feet. We're going down for some squats. Down and lift. Nice job. Beautiful. Excellent. You got it. Fantastic. 10 more seconds, and we're going to take it into a reverse lunge. Nice and steady. We're not going to rush through it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Come to the top of your mat. We're going to be doing 10 on each leg. 3, 2, 1. Alternating sides. Nice and steady. Think of this as an opportunity to open up the hip. Stay tall through the upper body. Well done. Hopefully at this point, you're starting to feel the heat really building. Nice job. Keep it going. Just watch. What are you using here? Making sure you use those quads to press you back up. I lost count, so I'm going to say we've got 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Nice job. Walk it up. Nice job. Fantastic. Great job. All right, we're going to be coming into our circuit. We're going to be using our bands next. So like I said, we've got different bands with different resistances. If you have only one resistance at home, that's totally fine. You may want to consider at some point a little bit of variety in these bands. Now, we're going to be grabbing a band. We're going to set it underneath the feet. We're going to be going to some squats. Now, unlike our weight, you have something against your body to work against here. Now, it might be desirable to kind of pull yourself like this. I want you tall. I want your tailbone neutral. And as you're going to get to that first squat, you're going to establish the resistance. So you may need to come down a little bit, tighten it up. As you're going to press into the feet, you're going to work against that resistance. Keep those shoulders square. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So some of you might have bands with handles on them. For something like this, unless the band is really short, it might be hard to use those bands. I'm not saying don't, but I'm saying it might be a little harder. Some bands are quite short, so that's great. For this purpose, these are quite nice because you can adjust the resistance. Also because you got a little room to make it a little bit shorter, longer, and tighter. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Release the band. Keep your 2 feet on the band. If you want to or can, extend the band out long. Put both feet on nice and firmly, pressing down onto the band. If you hear a snap, please be careful. Close your eyes. All right, we're going to bring that band above our head. Elbows tuck in. One hand above the other. 3, 2, 1. Tricep overhead extension. Here we go. Now with bands, what's so nice is you have the same with dumbbells, but the bands have a little bit of a different feeling, especially when it comes to kind of that releasing motion. You really do have to work against the band's resistance to prevent yourself from like snapping your arms back. So you kind of get that added little extra oomph using the bands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice job. Fantastic. All right, shake that off. Excellent. Going into a lunge. So we're going to hold that front foot, right foot forward, left foot back. Now here, we're going to be tightening up that resistance band. And this is where we're going to be working against the resistance. The leg is going to want to pull in as we lower and lift into our lunges. 3, 2, 1, down and up. So here you'll notice I've got a 90-degree angle in my elbow, holding my band like a coffee cup. My right glute is really working against this resistance here. My arms are not fluctuating or moving, and my upper body is nice and stable. Back is neutral. Beautiful. 15 seconds to go here. Go within your range of motion, especially on that knee drop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Release that right foot. Shake that off. That went all the way down the back of the hamstrings into the glutes there, for me at least. Take that leg back. Set yourself up. Knee over ankle. Tighten that resistance. Here we go. Don't rush it. Remember, sometimes less is more. Creating that connection with the body is such an important way to be mindful, to create that level of mindfulness that we sometimes don't always have, especially when it comes to our physical body. 10 seconds left. Beautiful. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Set that band and release the foot. Well done. All right. Next, we're doing a little bit of external rotation. I'm going to actually switch my band out a little bit here. Working the posterior side of the shoulders. So a little bit of the teres major and minor. Take the band, palms up to the sky. 90-degree angle in the elbow. Cup onto the band so you've got a firm grip here. We're going to open and close. Little external rotation and then back through center. Open and close. Nice job. I know when I was in PT for my shoulder, this was a big exercise. I couldn't believe how challenging this exercise is. Seems so simple. We actually move our arms like this so frequently. Resistance in it, gosh, it just feels like a totally different effort. Go. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job and release. Fantastic. All right, next we're going to be coming into some bicep curls. We're going to go ahead and we're going to grab our feet and set them underneath the band. So maybe on this one, if you have a band with some handles, that would be really nice if you have them. I do have some here at the studio, and I often use them because they're actually quite nice and they're quite a great length. But if you don't, hold them just like a coffee cup. So we're going to lower and lift. Lower and lift. Nice job. Again, you want to stay nice and neutral through the body. Hips, knees, ankles aligned. We're not arching the low back, nor are we tucking the tailbone. Nice and steady pace here. Looking great. Nice job. Beautiful. I can feel my bicep going on the way down. That's where it's like, all right, your muscles are trying to like work against that resistance. 10 seconds left. Good, fantastic. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Woo, fantastic. Awesome. All right, we are going to come down to the floor. Now, if you do have a TheraBand or a resistance band that's an infinity band, then I would encourage you to set that nearby because we're going to use it soon. Let's come down to the floor and we're going to sit down on our sits bones. If you feel like your back cannot stay straight when you're down on the floor, then you're going to want to prop yourself up on a pillow or a towel to raise your sits bones a little bit. It's really important you keep that back placement nice and long and tall. And you can really feel a difference when you're propped up a little higher versus sitting directly on the floor. So if you're not sure how your back is placed, I've got my battery pack, so it kind of looks like I'm bulging here, but you can kind of feel this rounding through the back here. When you prop yourself up, you got a little bit more room. So for this next exercise, if you do want to prop yourself up, you can. If you're comfortable where you are, stay there. Feet are going to be a little wider than hip distance apart, and the feet are going to be flexed. We're going to take that right band over, left band under. Going to keep that tension in the band. We're going to do a little crossover here. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Back of the body and in. So we're working those upper to mid traps and rhomboids. Shoulders are not inching towards my ears. I'm staying nice and neutral here. Elbows are pulling out wide. Feet are really working against that resistance, that pull to go in towards center. Nice job. Beautiful. All right, 15 seconds to go. Terrific. 8, 5, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Fantastic. Now, keep that right band above your left. We're going to be taking that left arm, pulling and rotating, and then back through center. Pull and rotate, back through center. So imagine if your back is not straight and you're in a rounded position and you're rotating, guess what's happening to your spine? It is going to get super compressed. Those little glutinous style little sacs in between our vertebrae get compressed. Long term, not a good thing for the spine. So you want to stay nice and tall here. Beautiful. 10 seconds left. You got it. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Relax that arm. We're going to take that right strap, or the one that's in the right hand, and we're going to go ahead and do our rotations here. Elbow pulls out, rotate, back through center. Getting a little core work there too. Always nice. Beautiful. Good. Try to keep your feet from wanting to shift into the pelvis. Really root down into your sits bones, so you're avoiding any sort of rotation through the pelvis. Nice job. Nice and steady here. 10 seconds to go. Beautiful. Great. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice job. All right, next we're going to take our band and we're going to go ahead and tie it. So if you have a band like this, go ahead and use it. If you don't, tie your band so that you have enough resistance so that when you place it above your knees, when your knees are neutral or in that hip distance apart, there's pressure into the strap. So just be careful that you don't tie it so tight because you're going to have to untie it once we're done with this segment. So I'm going to use my infinity band here. And just so you know, I'm actually going to include a link in our Sunday's newsletter to an Amazon link to these. So if you're not sure what to buy, I will provide you with some guidance on that. So we're going to go ahead and start here with our bands above our knees. Never on our joints. Always remember that. We don't want to put any torque or force on the joints with an elastic band. We're going to lie down on the floor. We're going to go into our bridges. So lying down, feet hip distance apart, a little bit of pressure of the band into the outer legs, hands resting at the side, shoulders relaxed, press into the heels, lift, and then lower. We're going to start about halfway through. We're going to go into halfway lower lifts. Right now, I just want you to lift and lower, setting the sacrum down. Make sure as you're lifting, your hips are not rotating. You don't have one hip that's higher than the other. I always like to encourage people to imagine they've got a ruler against each of their hip bones, or a level. That's a better one to use, just to kind of make sure everything's nice and neutral. All right, here we go. We're going to go up, halfway down. Up, halfway down. A little bit of tempo here. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice job. Fantastic. Awesome. All right. Let's go. And we're going to roll onto our right side. You still got that band underneath or above the knees. We're going to go into our clam shells. So we're going to open and close. Open and close. Now, the tricky part here, guess what's going to want to happen? Your top hip is going to want to rotate, because in our mind, we want to create a bigger opening. I want you to be less worried about that opening and more worried about, not worried, but cognizant of your hips, knees, and ankles aligned. As you're opening, you're just opening up enough to get that glute medius and minimus really fired up here. Got a little piriformis work going on here too. Nice job. 5 seconds left. We're going to switch over to the other side. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Fantastic. All right, let's skedaddle over onto the other side. If you got to have your back to the camera, don't stress. All right. On the other side. Now, some of you might feel more comfortable sitting up like this. This is totally fine if you feel like you're comfortable on your shoulder. All right, 3, 2, 1. Open, close. So a lot of times we have issues with different things in our bodies, our low back, hamstrings, pelvis issues. Sometimes a lot of it's related to just a weaker glute. This exercise is really a fabulous exercise to target the glutes here. Nice and great work, steady, really targeted effort. Good. Nice job. 10 to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Fantastic. All right. Let's come on to our back. All right. Now, we're going to go ahead. If you have another band, so if you only have one band at home, don't worry about it. If you have another band available, then I'd like you to grab it. I want you to take the band that you've tightened and wrapped around and set it right above the ankle, kind of midway between the ankle and your knee. We're going to take an opposite band. We're going to set it on top. Now, as I've got a little bit of pressure in the band, just as I get that tactile feedback, I've got my legs lifted. I'm going to shift my legs over to the right without moving my arms. Exhale, come back through center. Shift over to the left, back through center. Now, guess what my body wants to do? My body wants to counteract this imbalance by shifting my arms in the opposite direction. But what I want to do here is I want to focus on my core, my oblique doing the work here. Nice job. So this is kind of like a real science. So if you go too far, you kind of lose that balance. So you got to find that control in the core. Got to keep that core nice and braced. Not braced. I hate using that word because everybody suddenly thinks they've got to like hold into their tummy, but nice and turned on. Ready. Good. Nice job. Keep going. Beautiful. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Release the arms. Take the band and set the band right underneath and on top of the feet so that you've got the band kind of covering the feet here. Next, we're going to be coming into a little lower and lift. So with our legs at 90 degrees, we're going to hold here, lower the feet, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. My feet are flexed. I'm trying not to change the angle of my knee. So I'm going to encourage you also to do that. If you have low back pain, if you're feeling like, oh, my back is hurting here, I want you to take your hands, set them underneath your glutes. Lift the back a little bit, core engaged a little more. Make sure you're breathing. Beautiful. 8 seconds left. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Set your feet down. Give your hips a little break. Keep your feet where they are. Hands behind the head. Inhale, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, lift. Neutral spine. So if your low back is pressing flat into the floor, I want you to lift your pelvis up a little bit. Tilt it a little bit so that your hip bones are coming up towards the sky. And if you look down at your pelvis should feel or look pretty neutral, pretty flat. So if you could balance a cup of water there, it wouldn't tilt forward or back. That's your neutral spine. Your low back is pressing down to the floor. You're creating tension and flexion already in the core. So you're facilitating this core movement here. We want the core to do all the work. We don't want our pelvis to help out here. And again, of course, structurally, you want your pelvis to be neutral. Good. Keep going for 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Set it down. Keep your hands behind your head. Next, we're going to bring our legs to 90. We're going into bicycles. Feet still have the band around the base. Inhale, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, rotate. Pull into the band. Opposite side. Nice and steady. Beautiful. Try not to let that band get loose in your feet here. You know what happens then? We kind of lose that connection to the band. It pops off. So you want tension in the band the whole time. That's a bit of a challenge, but you've got it. Great. Keep going. 12 seconds left. Pull that knee in. Extend that leg out. You got it. 7, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Nice job. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and take that band. Set it right between the ankle and the knee. Let's flip onto our tummy. Beautiful. All right, we're going to go into our planks. We're going to start back up at the top of our circuit right after this. All right, coming down onto a plank position. Now, if you're doing a kneeling plank, you put a little pressure into the band so you've got that band nice and secured in space. If you're doing a full plank, you'll have a little bit more room to open up the feet a little wider. So whatever feels good for you. Go ahead, extend the arms forward of the shoulders, curl your toes under, lift up if you're coming to a plank position. You could do forearm push-up, whatever feels good for you. Here we go. Now, if you are winging through the shoulders, let's say you feel like your chest is dipping down. I want you to imagine I've got my hand on the upper part of your shoulders, filling that gap. I want you to fill that gap between the blades so that you've got a little rounding through the upper part of the shoulders, but that's just to keep the blades up against the ribs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your knees down, press back onto your heels. Give yourself a little stretch. Fantastic. Nice job. All right, let's go ahead, release our feet from that band. We're going to go right back in to our set again. One more round, then we're going to get down and do some stretching. So let's go ahead and grab our band, grab some water, and we'll get into our second round. I just got sprayed by my water. That's what happens when you have bubbly water in your thing. Alrighty. So for those of you at home who don't have a real variety of bands, that's okay. Don't worry about that. You can always use a little bit more of your own tension by tightening the band if you want a little more. Okay, so know that that's always an option. All right, let's go ahead and grab our band. We're going to get right into our band squats again. Set the band underneath the feet. Going to get that first kind of prep mode. So you've got that resistance underneath you. So when you go into that first squat, just tighten it up where you need to. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Don't lose that placement of the shoulders. I want squared off shoulders here. I want you to stand tall and proud. When you lengthen, try to find length through the legs rather than snapping into the knees. Good. Beautiful. 15 seconds. Excellent. Nice and steady here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Fantastic. We're going to be moving pretty quickly through these transitions. So right away, go ahead and take your band, set it underneath your feet. We're going to tighten up that band, roll that band behind you. Give yourself a little bit of space so it's not rubbing up against the back of your head. Elbows frame in. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. This is one of those positions where we really want to be careful with the placement of our ribs. If you've got a tight back, your ribs might want to pop to really help lift this weight. I want you to drop your ribs a little bit if you feel like you're popping through the ribs here. Keep your body as if it were standing normally. And that adds a little bit more stabilization, a little less arching. 6 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Release. Fantastic. Well done. All right, we're going to shake that off. We're going to get right into our lunges. I'm going to take that right foot forward, left foot back. Knee stacks on top of that ankle. Make sure you're taking care of that. You don't want to bring your leg here. You want to just drop down. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, 90-degree angle. Good. A lot of times when our knee kind of falls forward, it's really more that we're shifting forward. I want you to kind of hold that positioning as if you're being pulled down directly to the center of the earth as you're lowering and lifting that back leg. Nice job. 20 to go. Fantastic. I'm also not fully extending my front leg. I'm keeping a micro bend there. Help my knee out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Release. Woo. Yeah. All right. Nice job. All right. Fantastic. Take that right leg back. Here we go. Let's get those arms 90 degrees. Tighten up the band. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Keep a little bit of core engagement here. Just again, to bring that awareness to the pelvis. Taking care. Beautiful. Well done. 15 seconds. Nice and steady and slow. Beautiful. 10. 5. You got it. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Nice job. Woo. Fantastic. Well done. All right. Huh. Good work on the legs and the hips. Well done. All right, we're going to take it into a shoulder external rotation. Hold the band, palms up, shoulders roll back, 90 degrees. We're right here. Cup it on with your thumbs. Try to be careful with your wrists. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Fantastic. Beautiful. So, external rotation like this is a great way to make sure you keep that rotator cuff nice and healthy and strong. A lot of injuries, as you probably know, happen in the shoulders. And we land, we tear tendons. If we can get that shoulder nice and supported and strong, and we fall, we're in good shape afterwards. 3, not always though, 2, because things happen, and 1. Nice job. But whatever we can do to keep that shoulder stable, it's got the most range of motion. The hips and the shoulders have all that range of motion, easy to injure. All right, nice job. Let's go ahead and we're going to do our bicep curl next. So feet underneath the band. In fact, a good friend of ours of Live Community, Brenda, her husband's actually going in for surgery right now as we speak for a rotator cuff. So we're going to wish him a lot of love and a lot of luck. I know he's going to be great. All right, lower down and lift. Here we go. Nice job. Keep those arms, shoulders square, arms, elbows are not out. Keep them hugging into the center of your body. That's it. 15 left. Great. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Fantastic. Nice job. All right, let's come down to the floor. Again, if you want to use something to prop yourself up, please go ahead and do that. Sitting on the floor, legs extended. Band is going to stretch underneath the feet. Make your way down to the floor. I like to kind of also shift my flesh around my sits bones, so it really allows me to anchor down through the ischium, through the sits bones portion of the pelvis. Lie down. Can you tell I've been doing some research on the pelvis recently? Been doing a lot of reading about it. All right, let's this time cross the left band on top of the right. Arms are going to extend. Try to create a little bit of resistance here. Back is long. Here we go. Row and back. Row and back. Nice job. Resist that urge to bring those feet in. Flex in through those feet so you get the back of the legs nice and turned on. Nice job. Great. Beautiful. We got about 18 seconds left here. Excellent. 10. We're going to go right from here to our rotations. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Relax the arms. Fantastic. Legs remain long. We're going to start with that right arm with a rotation pull. 3, 2, 1. Rotate and back. Rotate and back. You got it. If one leg is becoming longer than the other as you're rotating, in this case, it would be your left leg that wants to shift longer. That's an indication that your pelvis is coming with you to this rotation. We want this to be really just an upper thoracic job, working that shoulder, working the core. Keep that pelvis nice and stable. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Go ahead, switch that bottom strap up, top strap down. Let's do the other side. Nice job. Again, the head just kind of falls along with it. We're not purposely trying to rotate the neck. We're just bringing it along for the ride. The best kind of partner. It's one that doesn't strain, so try not to let that neck strain. Let it just come along for the ride. It's natural rotation as you twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Fantastic. All right. We're going to tie that strap up. From here, we're going to take that strap and we're going to go into our clam shells. So bring that strap above the knee. Great. So with the strap right above the knee here, we're going to start our clam shells. No, we're going to start our bridges, then our clam shells. Lying down on our back, feet hip distance apart. Lying down with our arms pressing down along the floor. Feet facing forward. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. I know you've heard me say this. This is probably one of my favorite exercises. It opens the front of the body, strengthens the back of the body and the front too, because we're working our core to stabilize here. It opens up the hips. So it's just an all-rounder here. I really like this one. All right, 3 seconds. We're going to take it halfway down, all the way up. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Now, what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to feel like you've got to press your hips all the way up, that it creates this anterior tilt of the pelvis, compressing the low back. I want you to bring your body so that your shoulders and knees are aligned in one long line. You don't, unless you're someone who's really flexible and has that hypermobility, even then you still want to just be careful. 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Nice job. Fantastic. Awesome. All right, we're going to roll on to our right side for our first of 2 clamshells. Rolling down onto our side, maybe framing the head with the bottom arm. I'm actually going to do it a little seated today. So here, hips are on top of each other, ankles and knees. We're going to open and close. So remember, it's not a rotation. It's just an open and close. Try not to move anything from shoulder to hip with the exception of that arm, that leg. And you know what it is really mostly is we get this idea that we want to open it up so high. And what happens is when we rotate, we're actually not using the muscle anymore, right? We're facilitating a rotation and kind of avoiding the work in the glute. So by stacking everything, we really avoid that rotation. Plus, we don't have a lot of rotation in the low back. We've got to be careful for that. 3, 2, 1, and back. Nice job. I'm going to take it over to the other side. You can turn your back to the camera. Nice job. All right, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Like, I have to tell you, there's no way that we can do this exercise without thinking of, like, I don't know, some fitness aerobic exercise at some point on television, right? The inner thigh cruncher. I don't know. Just always brings me there. I'm forgetting. I have my memory the last few days has really been like totally like I'm forgetting people's like celebrities' names. Somebody asked me something about yesterday. I was like, I don't remember her name. Jane Fonda. That's who I'm thinking about right now. That's who I was wanted to say. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice job. Fantastic. All right, let's bring it down to the floor. All right, we're going to grab that extra band. If you don't have the band, that's okay. You could still extend your arms out. You could still get that sense of that desire to rotate. We're going to bring ourselves down. We're going to try to avoid bringing that rotation side to side. So we're going to take the band down towards the ankle area, lying down on our back. Legs are going to lift. Arms are going to come straight up. A little bit of tension in the band. Legs are extended. You can keep a bend in the knee, especially if you got some tighter hamstrings, or if when you lengthen your legs, it feels not great on the back, go ahead, bend the knee. Here we go. A little slight shift over to one side. Exhale, pull through center. Inhale over to the other side. Exhale, pull through center. Now the key is here is you're bringing your pelvis with you. So we're not like just moving the legs here. We're moving the pelvis and the obliques are working to bring you back through center. Nice job. You got it. Beautiful. 15 seconds to go. Try not to shift those arms over. That's the key here, is really keep everything else stable. That's just going to help focus on those obliques. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice job. Rest the legs. Set the hands down to the floor. Nice job. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to get ready for our lower and lifts. If you want to sit your pelvis up a little bit higher to prevent from arching in the back, please do. I encourage you to do that, especially if you don't feel like you've got that core stabilization to prevent from tilting forward and using your back. This little raise really helps facilitate that. All right, here we go. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Again, think about holding that shape. Don't change the angle in the knee. You got it. You got it. Keep going. Great. 7, 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Nice job. Set your feet down. Release your hands if they were underneath your glutes, hands behind the head. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Beautiful. Nice. Great. Excellent. You got it. Remember, low back doesn't press down to the floor. We all have a curve in our back, some more pronounced than others. You want your pelvis to be neutral. When you lower your low back, you create that flexion. You're now helping the abs, creating tension already there. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Set it back down. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and take our strap, set it right on top of the feet. So you've got that band kind of top and bottom of the feet. Knees are going to be bent. Hands come behind the head. We're going to go into our bicycles. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Enough tension to refrain the strap from popping off. No, that's happened a few times to me. Beautiful. Excellent. Pull that knee in. Lift that chin. As you're peeling into that rotation, peel the shoulder off. You've got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice job. Woo! Fantastic. Well done. Alrighty. Let's take the band right to our ankle. We're going to flip onto our tummy. We're going to do our last little bit of core with our band, with our plank, and then we're going to finish up with a little bit of our stretching. We're going to be a little bit shorter on stretching time today because we ran a little bit over, so I apologize for that in advance. But let's come down onto our plank. We'll get this figured out for our next class. Forearm plank, push-up plank. You choose what you want, or a kneeling plank. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Just a really nice big breath in and out. Great. Make sure to say breathe in as you breathe in and tell yourself to breathe out as you breathe out. 15 to go. Really at the end here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your knees down. Nice job. Beautiful. Press back onto your heels. Give yourself a little stretch in the back. Find yourself in child's pose. All right, nice job. Let's walk our hands over just quickly to the left side, taking that right hand north of the left, giving the QL side body a nice little stretch, shoulder 2. Nice job. Walk back through center, over to the other side, pressing down through that left hip. Nice job. Walk back through center. Shift your weight to all fours. And go ahead and take that band off. Kind of finagling your way around that. And we're going to go ahead and make our way up through to standing. You can do this through a transition through downward dog, or you could just make your way up to standing however you want to. If you're doing downward dog, just take a moment or two here. Just give the back of the legs a nice little stretch. Relax through the shoulders, through the jaw, through the neck. And then when you're ready, go ahead and walk your hands towards your feet. Bend into the knees. Roll up vertebrae by vertebrae into a standing position. Woo, nice job. Fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and bring our right foot into our right hand. Use a wall. Use something to support you if you feel like you've got a little bit of need of support. Go for it and grab it. I had a great class yesterday with a client, and she was doing a yoga pose, tree pose, and feeling a little bit imbalanced. And I suggested maybe going near a wall. And she went to the wall, and we did the other side, and she didn't have to use the wall. But I think she said at the end, she's like, it's weird because I just knowing it was there just gave me that sense of like, I can hold on to something if I need it. So you might not even need the wall, just nice to have it if you do need it. All right, let's go ahead and swing that right leg forward, kickstand the heel, bend into the left knee, come down, shift the hips back. Take a breath in, just let those hamstrings lengthen. Nice job. Press into that left foot, lengthen the body. Now we're going to go into a figure 4 stretch. Again, this might be a good one for near a wall or a chair. Cross that right ankle over the left. We're going to bend into that left knee, shift the hips back. Keep that right hip kind of open to just kind of release. Back is long. Nice job. Go ahead, press in, lengthen the legs, release it. Fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and grab our left foot, left hand. Knees, if you can see from my side profile, you want to avoid this. What's not happening is you're not getting into your quad here. When you bring your knees aligned again, you're back into that place where everything's nicely aligned. Whether your heel touches your glute or not doesn't matter, but you do want to keep those knees nicely aligned. Another thing that I often see is knees out to here. Again, we're kind of throwing that hip out of alignment. Want to just bring everything nice and kinesthetically aligned. Great. Go ahead, release that left foot forward, kickstand it, bend that right knee, shift the hips back. Great. Press into that right foot and shake it off. Let's go into our figure 4 on the left side. Cross over that left over the right, hinge from the hips, bend down into that squat, bending into that right knee, back is long. Release that leg. Try to relax in through here. It's going to allow the hip to open a little bit more. Great. Go ahead, stand up tall, shake that off. Nice job. Let's go ahead and take that right arm up towards the sky, feet hip distance apart, lean over into that lateral bend. This is one of those ones where I often, even myself, I find myself really aiming to go as far down as possible, and suddenly it feels very uncomfortable. And I also find myself really losing my form. So just try to be mindful of how this feels. Take that right arm down, left arm up. Nice way to energize through the body too. Great, come on through center. Excellent. Extend the arms out to a strong T, twist the palms back, open up the chest, rolling the shoulder blades back and down, opening up. Awesome. Go ahead and release. Shake that off. Great job. Let's go ahead and we're going to take a nice big inhale and exhale to close us off. I know the stretching portion of class was little shorter than I expected. Next week, we will make sure we'll get that timing right. So I hope that you had a great class today. Let's finish this off and celebrate our effort by showing up today and by closing it off with a nice big inhale and exhale and an applause. When you're ready, sweep the arms up, breathe in, deepest breath in, extend the body tall, press the palms together. Remember to celebrate your effort by giving yourself a round of applause as you come down to your heart center. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate you so much. From my heart to yours, have a great day. I look forward to seeing you again this week. Bye, everyone.